Hey guys, NanoNico17 here, and today I have a bit of a different video. This is something that I've been thinking of for quite a bit now, but I think it's quite a funny video idea because this is something that I have been watching for a long time since I was a kid, and I didn't notice up until now just how funny it would be to analyze this thing that I've been watching. Especially coming from her and her professional background. So just to explain what I'm talking about, ever since I was a kid, I've had this kind of tradition every single year around Thanksgiving time and even Halloween and Christmas to be watching the Garfield cartoon specials that were out around, I believe it was the 90s, either that or the 80s. But it's a very old cartoon, but it's what I grew up with watching. And there's this very specific scene in Garfield's Thanksgiving where John, he makes Thanksgiving dinner. And when he does it in a very unorthodox way. And every single time that I've watched it with her, this is... As you guys know, this is Destiny, my girlfriend. She cringes at it. And the reason why is because she is actually a professional chef.
Okay. Not kind of, but I'm studying to be a pastry chef. But yes, I know the basics of cooking. So watching him do this is a little irritating. I understand. It's cartoon cooking, I understand. But at the same time, it just makes me cringe. A lot of things do. I can't help it.
I thought it would be a funny idea to actually analyze this, for her to analyze it, and to go over not only what he does wrong, but what would happen if you were to actually do the crap that he does in this scene. But there's also going to be another scene where the grandma in this special, she actually cooks Thanksgiving dinner, like for real, and she's gonna analyze that too. But first we're gonna go on with John and see how he does. So you ready?
Gonna fix dinner for the girl I love. Okay, first we start with the bird. Let's see here. Remove bird from freezer at least 24 hours before cooking. Well, I'm sure that's just a minor technicality.
No.
Okay, why?
What do you mean, why? It's a fully frozen bird. With any meat, you're supposed to defrost. Why? So it cooks fully through. Another thing that I despise is the fact that he did not wash his hands and he just took that out of the goddamn cupboard.
If you were to do that in real life and skip that step, what would happen?
What would happen? You wouldn't get a full cooked turkey. You would get the half burnt on the outside and full frozen inside, essentially. You would not get protein. You're just eating frozen meat that was decided to be charred a little.
Remove giblets from cavity and stuff with 1 cup of prepared stuffing. Well, you can't believe everything you read.
Okay. You don't need to stuff your turkey. But what does he mean you can't believe everything you read? You're reading a goddamn cookbook.
Place in roasting pan, breast side up.
Okay, well, oh God. I mean, yeah, he did that part right. Because it is breast side up. Wait.
What is the whole big deal of making it breast side up?
Well, it's the breast takes the longest to cook. It's because they're the biggest part of the bird. So that's the part that you would normally in a... Oh, no, he is doing it wrong.
What?
That isn't breast side up. Okay, never mind.
What is breast side up?
Breast side up. The breast side is up. That's the back side. Anyway.
Rub skin with butter. Well, I don't see what good that'll do, but okay. Cover with...
I don't think I need to explain this one. Are you cooking yourself? Is my question. Are you throwing yourself into the oven? You might as well. Anyway.
Cover with foil and roast at 325 degrees for 5 and...
Cover with foil.
What?
You gave it... It's a gosh darn blanket of foil. It's not covered. What's that gonna do? So basically, when you're cooking a turkey, you want everything to fully cook at the same time. When you're doing it uncovered for too long, you can risk burning the skin or the outside rather than just getting a nice golden brown. You'd normally take off the foil like almost halfway through the cooking process just to get a nice golden brown.
What about hang on, pause. What about the temperature and the hours?
325 degrees for 5.5 hours.
Okay. Yes, you can do that. Because, well, actually, 325 is a little high. When I do it at work, I would usually do it for 2 hours at 350. But that's just breast. So for a full turkey, that may be accurate.
I guess I'll just have to speed things up a bit. 500 degrees.
As for what he's doing to speed up the process, you're putting a fully frozen turkey into a 500-degree oven with not even fully wrapped with foil. No. No, you cannot speed up the process like that, especially with a fully frozen turkey.
Okay, now for the vegetables. Let's see. Corn, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, turnips, squash.
Be still, my beating heart.
Add water and done.
What to start with? Okay. What are you making? What?
Smug face.
What? Every single vegetable in that pot has different cooking time. He didn't even cut the thing. So you have full stem and full ends on there. Even the green bits, which, yes, the green bits are edible. But that pot, not big enough. There's a million. Hold on. One, none of that was washed. Absolutely none of it was washed. And he's pulling it out the ether. All of that has different cooking times. The ends weren't cut off. It wasn't even seeded. So you just have a fully big old squash with full seeds in a pot that's this big. You're gonna have parts that are like half cooked and then other parts that are not cooked. What do you mean add water and done? You poured it over the top like you're washing it. That didn't even go in the pot. The pot is
And done.
It's not, there's no seasoning. They're all different sizes. Like, so you are gonna have just an abundance of vegetables that are boiled, not even fully boiled. They're gonna be like half boiled because that was not enough water either for that pot. But then again, there's not enough room for the water to exist in that pot.
I always thought preparing a Thanksgiving meal was tough. Ah. I'll get back to this later.
What do you mean? It's not. You're just gonna leave an open going. You didn't even turn the stove on. It's sitting in water.
That was pretty much John's version of the Thanksgiving dinner. From a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate this preparation?
I'm not giving this a rating. This thing can go drown in a toilet and be flushed. What rating? He didn't cook. He didn't cook nothing. He threw a bird in a really hot oven, hoping it'd cook, and then decided to leave vegetables in a water bath on the stove that's not even on.
My goat, dude. So in this next part, we're going to go into Grandma's version of the Thanksgiving dinner, because what happens in this scene, in the following scene afterwards, is Grandma, she comes to save the dinner because obviously John doesn't know how to cook. But she actually does start cooking stuff, and we're going to see how accurate it is and, see what it's actually like.
How's my favorite kitty cat today?
Better now that you're here, Grandma.
Oh, you're looking a little thin. Isn't that grandson of mine feeding you?
Grandma, I love you. Don't ever leave us.
My. What have we here? Looks like something the cat dragged in. If you'll pardon the expression, Garfield.
What? Why are you pausing already?
She poked this cat's stomach and is holding this frozen bear turkey with her gosh darn hands and still hasn't washed it. So, issues, you're cooking for other people. You gotta wash your hands. Especially when you touch a cat. People have allergies.
Stand back, Garfield! This is war!
I feel like I don't need to explain that a chainsaw is not a kitchen weapon. If any...
Could it be, though?
No. I don't care that the biggest problem is it's still a frozen turkey. You're gonna chainsaw a frozen turkey. It's not a smooth cutting knife, for one thing. That's just a big issue. If this is a clean chainsaw, we're gonna think it's a clean chainsaw and has not been used for anything else, because that's a whole nother situation. The turkey, it has bones inside of it. So with something like this, more than likely you're going to end up breaking the bones and risk small pieces of the bone in the meat.
Ever had Grandma's famous turkey croquettes, Garfield? Nothing finer.
Go, Grandma, go.
Okay, so let's say yes, you were able to slice this turkey this way. She did not take the bones out of this turkey. The bones decided to just disappear.
So you're saying that it's not physically possible to cut
No!
a turkey into loaves like this?
No, you cannot cut it into loaves like it's bread. Turkeys have bones. Every animal has bones, and unless she is a gosh darn magician and somehow magically got the bones out of there are bones in this turkey.
There now. We'll just put together a little white sauce. A bit of parsley, a dash of lemon juice, some grated onion. Now we'll add our turkey to the white sauce. Make some bread and roll our mixture in the bread and deep fat fry.
Deep fat fry, deep fat fry. Music to my ears.
Here's to say that I don't know what is in said white sauce. But she did just drop a leaf of parsley in there. And then she decided to somehow pour these circular big old pieces of turkey into this this pot, and then she breaded it and then put it to a fryer basket. They would not be that small. She did not cut these into. When you're making croquettes, you can definitely make turkey croquettes, but you'd want to break down the turkey. You wouldn't just put like big old slabs into there.
Sweet potatoes. Oh, now, come on, Garfield. You never had Grandma's sweet potatoes.
This is true.
A cup of butter, a cup of brown sugar, and some marshmallows.
I'm starting to like them already.
I do know that that is an actual dish.
Yes, it's a sweet potato casserole.
But is that actually how you make it?
No.
Okay.
Well, I have no idea how she prepared these sweet potatoes, for one. Normally with sweet potato casserole, you wouldn't have like medallions of... I mean, you could have medallions, but they wouldn't be like little loaves. As for how she just kind of poured things on there, that's a yes and no, because a casserole is kind of like a dump dish at times. But I think there's no seasoning in there other than the brown sugar and butter. There's no salt or like, I don't know, salt, pepper, anything. So, I mean, it would technically work, but it just, it wouldn't really taste like much. You'd just be tasting a lot of sweet mush.
Pumpkin pie.
Skip the piece of resistance, just give me a piece of pie. Nice touch.
Okay. She made the turkey appear out of nowhere. Unless that's the the croquettes are there.
Those are the croquettes.
So, I don't know where she pulled the muffins from. I don't know where she pulled the mashed potatoes from. Or the gravy. I see wine is put out. There's butter. The croquettes. Corn that I'm going to assume she cooked.
Well, that's pretty much all of Grandma's version of the dinner. How would you rate her performance?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
I would say like a 2.5 to 3. Because, yeah, she did cook a few things. Some things came from a can. It's just, would this probably work in real life with a fully frozen turkey? No.
So if somebody were to try to recreate this accurately, but with the right directions, how would you go about doing it?
How would I do it? I would definitely defrost the turkey first. I would probably have it... I don't think... I would probably have it cooked first and then mix it with the batter and then deep fry it, because I don't think the turkey would cook in just the fryer. And then the cranberry sauce, yeah, sure, poured it in or whatever. Maybe roasted the corn on a grill with like butter and seasoning. And then for a turkey, I would do it the way it's supposed to say in the in the oven rather than John's way, and also defrosted. So yeah.
I've watched the special probably millions of times up until this point, pretty much. And I never even thought to actually, analyze these scenes of how accurate they are to real life and what would happen if they were to be done in real life.
So Grandma got them mom hands because she just kind of just held a steaming apple pie to Garfield.
No. Grandma's tough. She's tough. If you've ever seen her in the Christmas one, you can tell that she works out or whatever. But she's a tough lady.
Either way, John never goes into the kitchen ever. Never ever. Grandma,
man cook,
you can
dude.
exist. Huh?
Let my man cook.
No.
I think that's pretty much it though for this video. This was very fun. I'm sure there's something else that we can analyze at some point. I don't know if the Christmas special has any. I know they eat food at some point, but I don't know if they have any scenes like this where we can analyze it. But I'm sure we'll do something like this again at some point. But this was fun. I think that's what.
So again, I am not a professional chef. I just cook a lot, and I would never cook like this.
We're putting it in the title so that you guys can click on the video. That's about it for this video, though. I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. And I'll see you guys later. Yannick17 here, and bye.